Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome M Kessler, PeopleNet Senior Vice President of National Accounts.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
Come on, we do better than that. We're in transportation. Good morning. There we go. Now we're talking. Thank you all for being here. We're very excited to have this event this year. For those of you who've been here with us 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, you know what this is all about. If you see some new people around, please talk to them, tell them what to expect and what to look for. The theme of this year's conference is the Power in 10, leveraging the past 10 years, and we're celebrating this milestone because it was truly built by you. So I asked our marketing team to look back 10 years ago and pull some stats. And I got to tell you, when I looked at this number 100 up here, I had to laugh because we were right across the street from our old office. We were a young, entrepreneurial, aggressive company, and we were going over to our office, pulling people over, saying, look, take off your PeopleNet shirt, put on just a regular shirt, and come over because we need you to be disguised as customers and prospects. To see now that we have people actually lined up in the back and we're bringing chairs in, this room is fantastic. And who knows what 2013 will hold for us. Many of you have come from far and wide. I met a lady on the golf course yesterday, Maureen Bertocci. Sorry if I mess up your name. She came all the way from the North Pole. We've got one of our partners who came in from India, Sanjeev Telanang. And all of you have made a journey to get here. And this is not the easiest place to get to if you're from the Midwest and out west. So thank you for making the effort to be here. We know that you took 2, 3, 4 days out of your office, away from your family to be here. And it's something that we really respect. So our goal for you is when your taillights of your transportation is provided by our team hits the Boca Resort, we want to make sure that you got all your questions answered, you had a meeting accomplished that you wanted to, or you also had some really valuable meetings. So look around, guys. Look back here. All the people in the beautiful, lovely aqua turquoise-looking shirts. These people are for you. If you need anything, if there's an integration partner you want to meet with, if there's a customer you want to talk to about, maybe you saw somebody on stage and they said something that you want a little bit more verification of, or if the pillows in your room aren't great, we want to know about it. Please tell us so we can help you. Thank you for being here, and we want to make this the most powerful users conference ever. Now, we did some cowboy math, saw some statistics about what this show has meant in the past 10 years, and so the road to the Power to X has been a long one. There's been a lot of meetings, a lot of presentations given. The things that aren't on here, though, are how much ROI do you think in the past 10 years of all the sessions we've generated? How much fuel have we saved? More importantly, how many lives have we saved by integrating to safety packages? This is what this conference is all about. So over the next 3 or 4 days, the challenge to you is to find out one thing that you're going to take back to your office that you're going to try and implement. That's the challenge of the conference. We couldn't have done this alone, and we've got fantastic partners. These are industry leaders who know the value of data, they know the value of relationships, and they know what we're trying to accomplish in this industry. We're trying to change this industry for the better. I'm going to read these names off, and I want, if you work for these companies, please stand. And stay standing until the end, and we'll hold the applause until the end. Platinum sponsors, ALK, please stand, ALK. Benvex, Intermet, McLeod, Mobile Demand, Navigo, TMW, Gold sponsors, CCJ, Olive Company, Duran, EBE, Pressure Pro, Safe Track, Speed Gauge. And silver sponsors, Bolt, ITS, MTI, Pro Miles, Rare, and Star Trek. Thank you guys for all that you've done for our industry. Everybody, please give them a round of applause. When you go to reception, please go by their booth and ask them what they're doing special for our industry. Challenge them to empower your business and your drivers. In the past 10 years, we've leveraged the Power to X. the power to 10. We've grown immensely. We've got more customers than we've ever had. We've got more top 100 customers than we ever had. But you know, that really, as we say in the South, that doesn't mean a hill of beans. What really matters is that I call it the high H-to-H ratio. We've gone 10 years ago from being a technology company where we were doing contracts and a handshake. Now we've got hugs and relationships. I'm very proud of that. We do not want to lose that. And you know what? As we get bigger, there's no Shakespeare quote, heavy is the head that wears the crown. As we get bigger, our challenge is to stay scrappy, stay true to our roots, stay to who we are, solution-oriented. We roll up our sleeves from the top down, from our CEO, Ron Kennedy, to our president, Brian McLaughlin, all the way down. We roll up our sleeves. We're not perfect, but we will jump on an issue if there is one. And this is a great example of that. This picture, it's a little grainy because it was shot from an iPhone, but this was taken over the weekend. We were having sales training here. Megan and her team from marketing came in and said, you know what, we have a challenge. We've got 1,000 boxes. Y'all probably got those little water bottles that are very nice. Well, there was a piece of paper inside them. She said, we need to take that piece of paper out. And for us to do it, it's going to take, literally, it's going to take all day for one person. So you know what, we bucked in. We all left sales training and said, time out. Went over there, turned on some music, had a lot of fun, but we were scrapping and we got the job done. We literally knocked it out in 30 minutes. But that is the culture of our company. We have to stay true to that. And everybody in this room, if you see that changing, call us out on it. Keep us honest. We want to stay scrappy. Now, leveraging the past 10, we've got great things, got great business partners. As we look forward, you know, so there's a great thing that's happening right now. You know, our economy's coming back. We've had 2 or 3 years where we had to do more with less, and our economy's coming back now. We'd like to grow faster, but it's coming back. Transportation is coming back, and it's projected. These are numbers from ATA and Bob Costello. Transportation's coming back, and trucking is going to carry more tonnage and have more revenue than any other mode of transportation. As we get more intellectual and more sophisticated as an industry, we're leveraging all of our technology, whether it be software to us and also hardware devices and machine to machine, to be able to integrate across platforms. That provides you with more collaboration of ones and zeros to empower business models. So I think that with these first 3 things, as we look towards the next 10 years, we're very well positioned to really do some really good things in transportation. And let's face it, we've got massive challenges, massive challenges. Bob Costello and I were talking, and I also talked to a fleet at a trade show, and I said, what's your #1 issue in the industry? He said, inflation. I said, well, okay, wait a minute. We don't really have inflation in this country, so help me out with that. He said, Mark, we've got inflation in every product that we have. Tires are increasing through the roof. Regulatory compliance, that costs money. Equipment, fuel, drivers, all of these cost items are increasing as we speak. So how do we tackle those? Well, that's what we're going to solve in this room together. Those are the challenges that integration and collaboration of those ones and zeros in your back office will help. In the past, during the downturn after Lehman Brothers and Bear Stearns went under, we had to do more with less. The economy was tanking. 3 years ago, we actually did not have a users conference for that very reason. And so capacity got tight. We have a lot of factors affecting that. Well, now we're still left with that challenge doing more with less. If you look at the Q2 results of a lot of the large fleets in the industry, what you saw was revenues were off a little bit, or maybe just a little bit flat, but profitability was up. That tells me those larger fleets are doing a much better job of being very disciplined on rate, being very disciplined on lanes. But that doesn't happen just by gut feel. You have to have quantifiable measures and ones and zeros collaborate in the back office in order to make that happen. You guys are empowering this industry and you can change that. Hey, look, at the end of the day, I was just talking to Joe Theismann about this, who's going to come up in here in a second. At the end of the day, if we can save 1 life in the next 10 years, mission accomplished. The fact of the matter, you hear this from Jim Angel and his team, we're going to save a lot more than that. So think about that as you're going through the next 3 days as well. So the next 3 days, it's going to be grueling. We want you to have fun. We want you to leverage the relationships we have in this room. But we're going to initiate a challenge to you. I want to challenge you to challenge us, challenge our partners, challenge our technology platform to empower what we're doing here at PeopleNet. We can change this industry like we have in the next 10 years. Moore's Law tells you that things change every 2 years, and we are right there with that. So we want you to help us with that. If you'd have told me 10 years ago that we would have had the likes of Ann Farrow and Joe Theismann speaking at our users conference 10 years from now, I told you you were crazy. I'd probably have to have you leaving the building in handcuffs. I'm very proud to announce that we're going to have Joe come up here on the stage in a second. Joe, a great guy, but aside from that, he played at Notre Dame. He was a two-time college all-star. After that, he was drafted, a lot of people know this, he was drafted by the Dolphins, later drafted by the Toronto Argonauts, but he was also drafted by the Minnesota Twins for professional baseball. So he's one of those guys that all the guys in the room will probably not like because he's talented at everything. When he went to the Redskins, he was a two-time Pro Bowl, two-time All-Pro. He culminated his career as a Super Bowl champion, wearing the number 7 for the Washington Redskins in Super Bowl 17. So, without further ado, Joe, will you come join us on stage? Everybody, welcome Joe.